might sound like the opening to a fantasy novel, but according to one of the most credible individuals in the world, it's our present-day reality. Dr. Haim Eshed is not a
Notícia urgente
backwoods
pra
country
você.
bumpkin talking about strange lights in the
Tá vendo
sky,
assim o que tá
little
falando?
green men putting probes where the sun doesn't shine. He's one of the most respected men in Israel and
Só pra
America.
vocês, de última mão, Estados Unidos acabou de anunciar que alienígenas são de verdade, gente. Pode pesquisar aí. Tô vendo a reportagem aqui e os aliens existem. Eles estão chamando de um novo nome. Ops.
As far as credentials go, short of being president, you can't get any better. And he has one message for the world, revealed in a shocking interview in early December 2020. Aliens are real and the American and Israeli governments are cooperating with them.
Tá vendo? Teve uma notícia em 2020 que alienígenas são de verdade. Fica esperto aí, gente. Estados Unidos lá estão falando isso. Será que é verdade mesmo? É só para confundir a gente por causa da pandemia. É complicado, nem sei o que falar. Vamos ver mais um pouquinho aqui.
According to Dr. Eshed, aliens representing a galactic federation of like-minded species.
O nome do doutor é Dr. Eshed.
The Israeli and American governments. At this time, it's unknown if other governments are involved, and that it's likely Israel's involvement is due to American cooperation, which would mean the other close U.S. allies, such as Britain and France, are also likely aware of the existence of these extraterrestrials. Don't worry, these aliens aren't here to eat your brains. Instead, they're curious about humanity, and awaiting a time when humanity is mature enough to join their galactic federation of allied species, who share the ultimate goal of understanding the universe. Well, admittedly, that's exactly...
A reportagem está falando que os alienígenas estão esperando o ser humano estiver maduro demais para poder entrar na Federação Galáctica. Cara, velho, esse YouTube aqui tem tanta coisa, vocês acreditam? O que vocês acham aí, galera? Deixa nos comentários, vamos ouvir mais.
What brainy space aliens would want you to believe. But according to Dr. Eshed, their intentions are so far peaceful. In fact, cooperation agreements have already been signed between the U.S. and these aliens, resulting in a research laboratory on Mars itself, where American astronauts work side by side with extraterrestrials. Current President Donald Trump, as of this writing, not only knows about the existence of these aliens, he nearly revealed their existence publicly, but...
Tá falando que até o Trump sabe que existe alienígena, que ele quase revelou que eles existiam.
Warned not to due to concerns over mass hysteria. Surprisingly, if
Mas ele ficou com medo de revelar e fazer histeria e todo mundo entrar em caos.
Dr. Eshed's claims are true, it's the one piece of advice
Se o Dr. Eshed, o que ele tá falando for verdade,
Donald Trump seems to have listened to. So, wait, is this for real? Let's explore the reasons why this claim is likely a fabrication and why it might actually be real. As you'll soon see, Dr. Eshed is far from the only high-level, credible individual to have come out making a startlingly similar claim. First, let's investigate why this claim is likely false. Dr. Haim Eshed is certainly a credible witness as far as qualifications go, yet he is currently selling a book dedicated at least in part to his claims of extraterrestrial contact. That can't help but cast aspirations on his claim of space aliens. As the old saying goes, it can be hard to trust a man with a book to sell. In both the United States and Israel, though, there's another saying amongst the intelligence communities responsible for both protecting each nation's highest national secrets and discovering those of the enemies. And that saying is that aliens make great cover stories. A US CIA agent once famously said, "I love UFO stories because as long as people look up into the sky and see something weird and they're thinking alien spacecraft, they're not thinking secret US plane." This idea is pretty sound, and the fact is that it now has been proven that many UFO sightings over the years have in fact been sightings of aircraft such as the American F-117 stealth fighter, the B-2 stealth bomber, and specially modified Black Hawk helicopters used by Special Operations Forces. Especially true when those aircraft are still in their secret design and testing phases and not quite yet public knowledge. The simple truth is that aliens make for a great cover story for secret government programs, and that leads us back to Dr. Haim Eshed. Dr. Eshed has a...
Aí ele tá falando ali assim, ó, que talvez pode ser falso ou talvez pode ser de verdade. Então vamos falar sobre os fatos. Aí ele explicou ali que Quanto falou assim que o pessoal do CIA adora história de disco voador, porque enquanto as pessoas estiverem olhando para cima e falar que é disco voador, nunca vai falar que é um avião dos Estados Unidos, uma arma secreta, um avião de ultra geração dos Estados Unidos que ninguém conhece, entendeu?
Career in Israeli military, attaining the rank of general. He also helped found the Israeli space program, a vital element of the Israeli intelligence apparatus, as it was largely geared toward establishing a.
Ó, pra você ver, esse Dr. Eshe, ele é bem conhecido, ele foi do exército da Norte-Coreia, ajudou Israel ali na base militar. Então é um cara importante.
Infrastructure. For a country with as many enemies as Israel, a robust space capability is of the utmost importance. While Dr. Eshe may not have been directly employed by Israel's intelligence agencies, he was no doubt heavily in support of them in his duties with Israel's space agency. Given the extremely crafty nature of Israeli intelligence operations, amongst the most legendary in the world, it's not at all unbelievable that Dr. Haim Eshed is merely fulfilling one final task on behalf of the American and Israeli intelligence services, disseminating disinformation to act as a cover story for current and future secret programs. As he has himself stated publicly, he's 87 years old and no longer cares about his reputation. The claims of human-alien cooperation are also dubious.
Peraí, propaganda, viu, gente? Vamos lá. Vocês não pagam YouTube, evento propaganda.
According to Dr. Eshed, American astronauts work side by side with aliens in a secret base on Mars, conducting research together. If an alien species is intelligent enough to cross the galaxy and get to us in a timely fashion, then what possible use are humans to them in conducting research? Even their calculators would be smarter than us. Having humans assist spacefaring aliens in research would be like inviting a wild chimpanzee into a research lab to help develop a COVID vaccine. Given humanity's behavior throughout 2020, both scenarios would likely involve equal amounts of poop throwing. But what if the claims are real? Well, there might be quite a lot of factors proving Dr. Eshed's story is actually true. First, we have Dr. Haim Eshed himself, a career military professional, co-founder of a space agency, respected academic, and no...
Você vê, esse Dr. Eshed, vai.
Dr. Eshed's story is actually true. First, we have
Dr. Eshed,
Haim Eshed himself, a career...
Depois vocês pesquisem aí, gente, Dr. Eshed. A carreira dele profissional, ele foi o co-founder, tipo assim, ele que ajudou a fundar a agência espacial. E ele é muito respeitado na academia.
Military professional, co-founder of a space agency, respected academic, and no history of mental illness or delusions.
E ele não tem nenhuma história de problema mental, ou ilusão, ou delusão.
Israeli space program for nearly 30 years, receiving the Israeli...
Ele ficou no Space Program mais de 30 anos.
Defense Award 3 times.
Ele ganhou tipo o Oscar de defesa 3 vezes de 2 vezes por tecnologia. E uma invenção dele está classificada ainda.
Twice for technological inventions that remain classified to this day. The doctor is clearly intelligent and possesses a high amount of integrity. Nobody lasts as long as he has in high security clearance work without impeccable integrity. In short, if anyone was going to leak the news that aliens are real, then Dr. Eshed is quite literally the perfect, most trustworthy candidate to do so. The only possible way this announcement...
Ele está falando assim, se alguém fosse falar que a alienígena era verdade, Dr. Eshed era a pessoa mais certa para falar.
Would have been more believable is if the claim was made by a serving head of state themselves in an official capacity. What we have here is one step short of the perfect...
Então, pessoal, procura aí Dr. Eshed, ok? Procura aí, procura. Dr. Eshed, ok? Vamos mais.
Witness, which makes it curious that his claims are so easily dismissed. Ask yourself the question, who would you believe if not a man of Dr. Eshed's qualifications? But Dr. Eshe isn't alone in his belief of extraterrestrials. In a 2014 interview with Jimmy Kimmel, former President Bill Clinton said that he wouldn't be surprised if aliens visited the Earth. However, he denied knowledge of actual aliens recovered from
Nossa, até o Bill Clinton tá envolvido nessa polêmica aí, gente.
Roswell or being held in Area 51. He's hardly the only member of his administration with a belief in aliens, though, with John Podesta, President Clinton's former chief of staff, making his belief in visiting extraterrestrials very public. But much as his former boss, stopping short of confirming any knowledge in government involvement. Two of the most shocking claims of aliens visiting Earth, however, come from political leaders in Canada and Russia. In 1997, Kirsan Ilunginov, head of the Russian-controlled Republic of Kalmykia.
Ó, pra você ver. Um cara que é da Rússia, que era líder de uma cidade chamada Kalmykia, da Rússia, falou que
He was
existe.
shocked to discover a hovering UFO right outside his balcony. The aliens flew Ilunginov to space and showed him the truth about UFOs. His claims prompted a bit of political panic in Russia, with some questioning his fitness to remain in office. Though, curiously, some of Russia's Duma members were concerned with the potential leaking of classified state secrets to alien beings, and asked for a direction on how to properly respond if approached by extraterrestrials. Perhaps even more shocking, though, might be the revelation of one of Canada's former defense ministers. Until today,
Até no Canadá teve gente que denunciou falando que alienígenas são de verdade, gente.
the highest-ranked state official to reveal the potential existence of alien life on Earth. Serving from 1963 to 67 as a defense minister for America's polite top hat, Paul Hellyer shocked the world during a speech at the University of Calgary. Mr. Hellyer claims that aliens have been visiting Earth for thousands of years, and perhaps unsurprisingly don't seem particularly...
Esse aí agora tá falando que os alienígenas estão visitando a Terra já tem muito tempo, por mais de 1000 anos. Thousand of years, quer dizer, tipo assim, por milênios.
According to him, the aliens' chief critique of humanity is that we spend entirely too much time fighting each other, spend too much money on our militaries, and not enough on feeding the poor and helping sick people. According to Hellyer, aliens even walk amongst us, with up to 80 different species visiting the Earth, and some looking so human that we don't even notice. The good news is that most of the aliens seem to be benevolent and concerned over our previous use of nuclear weapons, and that we might use them again in the future. Generally concerned over humanity's future, the aliens are waiting for humanity to mature before sharing advanced technology with us. However, several species have outright hostile intentions that we need to be wary of, though he declined to share any specifics on those evil aliens. Both of our previous figures have been painted as crackpots in the media, but our next witness is a real American hero, and one of the few men to ever set foot on another.
O próximo aqui que vai falar é um verdadeiro herói americano. E
Heavenly body, with man-made technology anyway. Astronaut Edgar D. Mitchell is famous for landing on the moon and helping save the lives of...
o astronauta que pousou na Lua do Apollo 14 na missão.
All report the Apollo 14 mission as it descended to the moon's surface. However, in recent years, he's also come out with claims that aliens are not just...
Alguns anos atrás ele veio com a proposta falando que alienígenas são de verdade. Aí ele falou.
Real, but actively involved in monitoring mankind. Unlike other leakers, Mitchell, however, stopped short of claiming close cooperation between aliens and world governments, and has never claimed to have met one himself. Instead, Mitchell claims that his experience in both the U.S. Air Force and NASA put him in contact with many individuals all telling the same story. UFOs have been closely monitoring humanity, and especially its nuclear weapons. In fact, he believes that their goal has been to avert a nuclear war between the U.S. and Russia, or then the Soviet Union. Mitch
Está falando que os alienígenas não querem uma guerra nuclear como os Estados Unidos e a União Soviética. Ou Rússia, hoje.
Those claims aren't solitary either. Over the years, dozens of nuclear facility and nuclear missile silo security, maintenance, and launch personnel have come forward, all claiming to have witnessed UFOs over nuclear facilities, and at times even shutting down nuclear missiles. In fact, the writer and researcher of this episode, having been former military and with a high security clearance, can confirm multiple sightings of UFOs over a nuclear facility, though has to stress that these were true UFOs, as in unidentified flying objects. not necessarily of an alien origin, simply unknown. Something seems to be out there, but whether it's alien or not remains undecided. Certainly evidence is mounting, however, that somebody on Earth is flying craft with unusual flight characteristics, as shown in now multiple videos declassified by the US Navy of their aircraft in pursuit of UFOs. But if these craft are truly alien or not remains unknown. Though perhaps Dr. Eshe has had the answer all along. The true mystery, however, might be why a man with such impeccable credentials as Dr. Eshe is willing to risk his reputation on such outlandish claim.
Aí ele tá falando que porque um homem com tanta credencial que nem o Dr. Eshe vai mentir sobre isso.
The truth isn't out there, it's right here. Check out Military Can't Explain These UFOs.
Pois é, galera. Agora os americanos estão falando que alienígenas são de verdade. Vocês viram o vídeo mostrando uns pilotos de caça correndo atrás desses alienígenas? Depois você põe aí, Fly Jet Pursuit, Flying Jet Pursuit e Unidentified Object, UFO, ou... Alright? Share, like, subscribe no canal, o Papai é Natural. Aí eu vou começar a fazer um novo tipo de vídeo, assim, vendo uns vídeos interessantes e traduzindo pra vocês, tá bom? Se vocês gostarem, dá like, se inscreve no canal, que é de graça. Eu sei que não é o melhor canal do YouTube, essa porcaria. Mas tamo junto aqui todo dia, na humildade, Deus na frente e a gente atrás. Obrigado.